The virus has infected hundreds of LA firefighters and police officers. Right now, the state is dealing with a surge in infections like no other. NTD's Miguel Moreno has the mayor's response.
Los Angeles has a problem on its hands. As of January 5th, about 500 police officers and 300 firefighters are quarantining after testing positive for COVID-19.
These are big numbers. Numbers that are reflecting the staffing challenges that all of us face, whether it's in the private sector, the public sector, and across all of our city departments.
California is dealing with an infection surge of a height never before seen in the state. According to the CDC, California on Tuesday counted 165,000 new cases. That's more than double the record number of daily cases reported last January.
But I'm here today with a clear message when it comes to public safety. Both LAPD and LAFD have maintained staffing levels that are needed to keep Angelenos safe.
The mayor urged people to get vaccinated against COVID. Miguel Moreno, NTD News.
In an effort to conserve more water, residents will soon be temporarily prohibited from using water in certain situations when it rains and other forms of usage. The move comes despite record-breaking snowfall in December. Here's NTD's Eileen Ang with the details.
During a meeting on Tuesday, the California State Water Board announced mandatory water restrictions for this year. The board cited that California is still in a drought despite record-breaking winter storms. Restrictions include using water for ornamental landscapes when it's raining, using drinking water to clean hard surfaces or driveways, washing vehicles without an automatic shutoff nozzle, cleaning streets, and irrigating a turf within 48 hours of a quarter-inch of rain.
The decision was made back in, I think it was the end of November, because of the extremely dry conditions that we were seeing, that it was an appropriate time to move forward with some of these restrictions.
According to the board, the recent storms helped the dry weather conditions, but the state is still experiencing moderate to exceptional drought.
Despite all of the good weather that we've had, of course, we can't assume that that'll continue to be the case. So I think it's important that we continue forward with consideration of the proposed regulations.
The prohibitions also ensure that homeowners associations, cities, and counties don't unlawfully restrain homeowners from taking water conservation actions. This applies to individuals, businesses, and public agencies. The mandate can be enforced through warning letters, water audits, or fines of up to $500. The mandate may go in effect in mid-January and remain in place for 1 year unless extended, modified, or removed. Last October, Governor Gavin Newsom declared an emergency drought proclamation. It encouraged the Water Board to implement conservation measures by prohibiting certain wasteful water uses. A similar mandate was issued during the last severe drought in 2014. Eileen Ang, NTD News, California.
State leaders are proposing universal health care funded by taxes from individuals and businesses. NTD's Eileen Ang brings us more.
California is looking to be the first state in the nation to provide universal health care. Together, Assembly Bill 1400 and Assembly Constitutional Amendment 11 are the groundwork for the health care change. Authors propose to fund it through taxes.
The reality is that our healthcare system has been broken for decades and has gotten increasingly more costly, with Californian workers and employers more and more picking up the tab of spiraling out-of-control costs.
Ash Kalra, an assembly member from San Jose, proposed the bill last February. Its goal is to guarantee comprehensive, high-quality health care to all Californians as a human right. ACA 11 would propose taxes to fund CalCare through a gross receipts tax, payroll tax, and a personal income tax on those who make more money. Those earning more than $49,900 a year will have a payroll tax. The bill uses a progressive tax model, with those who have a taxable income of more than $2.5 million being charged 2.5%. People in the lowest income bracket would not need to pay more taxes. The bill will be sent to the Assembly Health Committee for a vote first, and if it passes, then to the Assembly and later Senate. As of 2021, there are about 2.7 million Californians who don't have health insurance. Eileen Ang, NTD News, California.
A 65-year-old man from Yuba City was paralyzed after police officers used pain compliance when he allegedly resisted arrest. The man is now suing the police, 2 hospitals, and the city. And just as a warning, some of the following footage contains profanity and graphic images that may be disturbing to some viewers.
Gregory Gross is suing Yuba City police officers, the city, and 2 hospitals for allegedly breaking his neck during an arrest. Gross says he was paralyzed after being forced to the ground during a traffic stop in April 2020. He is currently facing a jury trial in March. He is charged with misdemeanor DUI, hit and run, and resisting arrest during a traffic stop nearly 2 years ago. Recently released police body camera footage shows an officer twisting Gross's handcuffed arms and forcibly seating him on a lawn. Another officer can be heard telling Gross to stop resisting.
It's called paying compliance. When you stop resisting...
Ow! I'm not resisting!
Gross can be heard repeatedly and profanely insisting he is in pain.
Ow! Quit my arm!
And later saying he can't feel his legs. Upon arriving at the hospital, Gross can be seen handcuffed to a bed and nose bloodied. Gross received medical treatment at the hospital. Police can be heard discussing the incident.
Well, he didn't quite have a normal reflex either, but he's kind of on drugs.
Gross ultimately required 2 surgeries to fuse his spine.
Not the way I envisioned my later years in life, you know. I can't write, I can't open my hands to grab anything because the injury caused paralysis in my fingers.
In 2 separate lawsuits, Gross is suing medical workers at the Rideout Memorial Hospital in Marysville and UC Davis Medical Center. A second lawsuit claims Yuba City police officers Joshua Jackson, Scott Hansen, and Nathan Livingston and Yuba City are responsible for paralyzing him.
Oscar-nominated director Peter Bogdanovich died early this morning at his home in Los Angeles. Bogdanovich, the ascot-wearing cinephile and director of 1970s black and white classics like The Last Picture Show and Paper Moon, passed away at age 82. His daughter Antonia Bogdanovich said he died Thursday morning of natural causes. He was considered part of a generation of young New Hollywood directors. His portrayal of a small, dying town in The Last Picture Show in 1971 earned him 2 Oscar awards with 8 nominations. He became a star at age 32. His Depression-era road trip film, Paper Moon, won 10-year-old Tatum O'Neal an Oscar as well. Other directors, including Francis Ford Coppola and Guillermo del Toro, expressed their condolences over Bogdanovich's passing.